Wow, Jack. I can't believe that. If someone told me that we would have been sitting here and I'm about to say this after 14 games, I would have laughed at you. Jack, Arsenal are top of the league. Yeah. 5 points clear
With
at the top
change.
of the summit with 24 games left. Now, still a long way to go. A long, long, long way to go. But, Jack, after 14 games, I think Arsenal have the fourth or fifth best start or third best start in the history of the Premier League. Yeah. In From 42 points, yeah, Arsenal managed to get 37 points, only managing to drop 5 points, and like the only teams that have been able to eclipse that or do better than that was Manchester United, was Man City in 2018 when they got the 100 points, and Liverpool in 2020 when they got to 99 points, and there was a greatest start in the history of the Premier League. Those two teams are just incredible teams, in the way that they were able to take the Premier League by storm was outstanding. But the teams that we're looking at right now, we're in the
That's what I'm saying. You're talking glowingly about Man City, Liverpool. You're right up there. You're with them.
The numbers are insane. 14 games, 12 wins, 1 draw, 1 loss, and we have to say it, Jack. Let's be truthfully honest here. As much as people don't want to admit it, if you're an Arsenal fan, you don't want to admit it. Even if you're not an Arsenal fan, you don't even want to say this. But Jack, Arsenal are in a title race here.
100%.
We can't hide the fact that, Jack, you can't be this deep into a Premier League season. If people like, oh, James, there's still a lot of games to play. Of course. I'm not saying Arsenal are going to win this, but Arsenal are in a title race here, Jack.
Well, and James, you and I talked about this before we hit record here. Okay, I don't think this will happen, but let's say you lose both games that you have left to play with Man City. You lose both of them, right? You're a point behind off the title. Still not a gap enough for you to be like, you're out of it. You got breathing room. And I don't think Mikel Arteta and I don't think your squad is this year the type to go, oh, we're good. Guys, we won the league. It's 14 games played. We won the league. I don't think that's part of the DNA of Mikel Arteta or this Arsenal squad. So, mate, things are looking up. I will say, though, I think Arsenal have always been in the title race, right? I think even from the early few weeks there, when they were in and around the top, they've always been there. I just think the general, consensus and opinion was Man City will battle it out. They're going to separate at some point. Nice try, Arsenal, but Man City are going to separate. Now, especially after that Man City loss, this is the first week or the first few days where I think people's mindsets are starting to go, well, hang on a minute. Maybe Arsenal are favourites for the league now. Maybe Man City are the ones that need to do the working hard and the catching up. I think it's great. And Arsenal fans have suffered, it's a relative term, but Arsenal fans have suffered from where they used to be to where they are now. They've suffered for a long, long time. And, the train's coming in. And James, what I'm really excited for you and your team and everything around it, in January, do you think the hierarchy is going to be like, we're good with what we have. Let's just hold our breath and hope that Jesus doesn't go down injured. Let's not reinforce positions. No, they're going to double down. They're going to go, we need to strike while the iron's hot. Mikel Arteta, I think, even said it last week. If the right player becomes available, and he even made a comment saying, it needs to be able to improve our squad. Those players are rare. So he knows if a player's coming into Arsenal Football Club, it needs to be of a caliber of a Premier League winning, Champions League competing type of player and football team. I'd be very excited if I were you. I know you're a fan, so obviously you want to kind of defend your disappointment and you don't want to go too far out there. But I'll tell you, if Roma were top of Serie A and 5 points clear, I'd be beaming.
Jack, again, there's still a long way to go. I still need to see it in January, Jack. I think last season told me a lot when we lost a player like Aubameyang and we did not make that reinforcement to sign a player to take us that step. And I think if we would have signed that striker, Champions League football would have been probably a lot more guaranteed, and even another midfielder. Now, if he makes them steps in January, Jack, then you have to look at it and be like, okay, you have to take this team very, very seriously right now, because I think a midfielder and, Jack, another striker or another attacking player coming, rather it's a very versatile player who can play striker and out wide. then we have serious teams should be concerned. But I also look at this from this point of view, Jack. Arsenal are just reading off these results. Has the World Cup come in the wrong time for Arsenal?
Oh yeah, absolutely. I would think so. I mean, I'm not going to talk about this too much. I want to flip it back, and I want to ask you if it's come for the wrong time. But my quick 2 cents on it would be, yeah, absolutely. You're playing unbelievable football. You got a player like Gabriel Jesus who's going to do everything. He's going to risk his body for this Brazil team to do. You know, there's all these potential traps that Arsenal can then fall into that by the time we get back for Christmas, very congested after a World Cup, could trip them up. You know, I'd say it's the worst time for it to come. But again, I want to ask that question to you. You know, is this the worst time the World Cup could have come for you?
100%, Jack. As much as I'm a big fan of World Cup, World Cup's my favorite tournament out of all the football tournaments. I don't. Why? Is there, like, seriously, Arsenal are playing at a level that I have never seen before. I've never seen Arsenal play at this level. From the point of view, like, maybe I've seen Arsenal play better quality football in the past, but
Right.
the mentality of this team, no matter what game that they're in, to win and find a way, I've never seen this from this football club. And like, the World Cup has come at the wrong time. My only question is, I just hope everybody's coming back fit with the same mindset, with the same goals, and we can carry this on. Let's get to me, the 19th game of the season, hopefully still top of the table, and see where we go from there. Hopefully, Partey, nothing bad happens to Partey. I think Partey is a huge one. Xhaka, I expect Xhaka to be fine. Jesus is the one I'm thinking
Scary.
anything could happen, Jack, because we expect Brazil to go all the way. He might not get a starting spot, and that might be something that could be a good thing. But if he does play to a certain level, I'm pretty sure Neymar would appreciate having a Gabriel Jesus in the starting 11 there. So,
But you're back on the 23rd. That's when I think most teams are coming back together after the World Cup. 26th, you've got again. Then James, it's within that week that then the transfer window opens. I'm not saying my reason why I mentioned the transfer window. Jesus is hurt. I don't think any of the hierarchy are going to waver. There's the difference between signing a suitable, maybe not similar, but suitable replacement who can do a job while he gets fit if he were to get injured. That's going to just happen, I think. I think they will do what's required. And James, also looking at it, you're coming back Boxing Day. It's a home fixture. West Ham, tough team, West Ham, but it's a home fixture, 100% home record at the moment. Great to come back to. Obviously, it gets a little tricky as we get into New Year, away at Brighton, again, who fumbled recently. And then obviously you get into, I think it's Newcastle and Spurs. So that's definitely a double header of tough games. But I think you're welcoming back. You're not playing Man City away. You know, you're not going to Old Trafford. You're not going to Stamford Bridge. You know, you're coming back at home, West Ham, Brighton. You know, I think you'll be able to hopefully pick up where you left off.
But Jack, you mentioned them draws, and usually before I'll be like, oof, West Ham, bring it on. Brighton, bring it on.
It's the right mindset.
Bring it on. Newcastle, tough game. Bring it on. That is a confidence that I have in this Arsenal team. And Jack, you've known me for a long period of time. You know I don't come with a lot of confidence when it comes to that.
Very pessimistic fan, yeah.
I said, let's have it. I want all them teams. That is the sort of confidence that I'll be built with. Now, Jack, if we get through this period in like we get to 4 or 5 games, come to the end of the season, Jack, where let's say up 2 points ahead or something like that, so be it. But Arsenal's fans' mindset and the club's mindset shouldn't be like, let's just aim for the top 4. No, we aim to go try to win the league, knowing that if we aim that high, the minimum that we can finish is probably 2nd or a 3rd. So we don't got to worry about getting sucked into a top 4 race. We aim to challenge Manchester City, and whatever comes for that, comes for that. Do we expect to beat Manchester City? A lot of teams no, but the mindset should be that we should try our absolute best to do it. Only one team is able to stop them, and that's Liverpool. Let's give it a go. Why not? Let's try to get the 95 points.
That's Liverpool at their best at home, playing the best game that they've played all season. Arsenal at the Emirates, 100% record.
No, but Jack, I'm talking about historically in the last 5 years. Only Liverpool has been able to outlast Manchester City.
Right, got you. In terms of a league title.
In terms of a long-term league title, it's so hard. Like, Jack, getting 100 points isn't right.
No,
you don't do that, and we're on that trajectory to get that sort of points. Like the Invincibles, as great as they are, like they didn't get 95 to 100 points. They probably could have,
Right.
but they didn't. Now, Arsenal, right now, if we aim for that and we do randomly get that and we're right at the next Manchester City, fair play to us. But that should be the aim. Nothing to me, nothing below. Every single game, let's try it out. And then wherever we go from there, Jack, we go. Right?
Look,
I'm just enjoying
your
it.
confidence, I think, is reflected in the manager and the coach, the players. I seriously believe that you're not alone in that. I think the fan base is with you. I think the players and the manager are with you. Guys at home, are you with him? I know we've got a lot of Spurs subscribers who won't want to hear it, but guys, seriously, I don't think you're a rational assessor of football if you aren't, unbelievably excited for the Arsenal fan base, the Arsenal play. I think this is a likable team, a likable manager. So even the Spurs fans out there, I think you need to be excited for Arsenal. Drop a like on the video, hit that subscribe button if you're not already, and drop in the comments, do you think Arsenal can win this league? James and I are certainly leaning more towards yes at the moment. Definitely a lot more than we were a few weeks ago. James, anything else from you, mate?
Guys, enjoy the World Cup. Can't wait to be back, and hit that subscribe button, and me and Jack will see you next time.